We continue our series breaking down the state of each and every franchise, and on this episode, we look at the Detroit Tigers. Let's get into it. What's going on, baseball fans? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast, and as I said in the open today, we will be looking at the state of the Detroit Tigers franchise. Now, as we begin with this franchise, we have to start with the acquisitions. And some of those major acquisitions were Austin Meadows, Tucker Barnhart, Eduardo Rodriguez, Andrew Chafin, and they would bring on Michael Pineda, who's still pitching in the minor leagues, building up some strength, but likely will hit their rotation towards the end of April, probably beginning of May. But the most notable acquisition was that of Javier Baez. I think when you look at what these moves have done for the Tigers, it is going to make them a much more competitive team, and to me, what is going to be a much more competitive division. Now, I still think that this division is the class of the White Sox to lose, but the Tigers are going to be a very, very fun watch. Now, as we look at the 2022 X Factor for the Detroit Tigers, this is going to be a player that was not necessarily projected to be on the radar at the end of last season. But Spencer Torkelson is the starting first baseman for the Detroit Tigers, and to me, he's going to be the most important piece. Taking over at first base from a legend like Miguel Cabrera, but also being the highly touted prospect for this Tigers franchise. When you put him out there to start opening day, which is an absolutely wonderful thing to see, you're going to have the spotlight put on him. Now, AJ Hinch, who is my predicted manager of the year, has started to place him at the bottom of the order to lessen the pressure. Smart move, in my opinion. I think you allow him and his bat to get comfortable and acclimated to the major league level, and then start to move him up to a more prominent position in the lineup. Now, when we look at the state of the pitching staff as a whole, to me it's a B-. And I think that there's a lot to really like about these young starters for the Detroit Tigers. I think that they're going to need more time to develop themselves and to get comfortable and acclimated to the major league level. But I think once these guys get settled in, this rotation for the Tigers has sneaky capabilities of producing in 2022, but even more so in the next coming couple of seasons. I think there's a lot to like if you're a fan of the Tigers, especially for this pitching staff. Now, as we break down the state of the offense, again, there's more to like about this staff. I think that overall the Tigers are starting to build back towards being a competitive team. When you look at the acquisitions of Javi Baez, you bring in a guy like Tucker Barnhart to go along with guys like Robbie Grossman and Austin Meadows. You have the legendary Miguel Cabrera still in the ranks, who's still able to produce at the plate. Maybe not at the same level, but still a productive player. When you have all of these pieces that they come together, they really start to make this team a much bigger threat than what was initially perceived. I think that the Tigers have a chance to really be super competitive in a very tough division in the American League Central. So as we break down the state of the franchise as a whole, again, to me, this is a B- franchise at this present moment in time. Quickly moving up, I think there's a lot to really enjoy about the Detroit Tigers. It's going to be a very fun summer for Tigers fans. Now, yes, there's going to be moments of frustration throughout the course of this lineup and throughout the course of the pitching staff, but there's going to be very little doubt that over the next coming couple of seasons, the Tigers are going to be extra competitive in a tough American League Central. So my bold prediction for the Detroit Tigers is I do believe that Spencer Torkelson will hit 35 plus home runs. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your feelings, your thoughts on this down in the comment section below. What are your thoughts and feelings about the Detroit Tigers? Where will they end up in the divisional rankings? How far will they go towards progressing and becoming one of the bigger threats in the American League Central? Let me know all these things down in the comment section below, or find me over on Twitter at JLaracuente19 to keep the conversation rolling. As always, keep it locked into the entire GLMG family with We Sibs, the Granite Geek Show, and of course here on the Baseball Banter Broadcast. For sticking around all the way to the end here, enter promo code BANTER to save 5% off your order on our merchandise shop, baseballbanterbroadcast.com. Keep it locked in all season long as I continue to bring you the latest news, notes, and my personal thoughts, theories, and opinions on the game of Major League Baseball, as well as the state of each and every franchise. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.